I went to the head of the Central Elections Committee to lodge a complaint. They let no one else come in, only me. She has a very large office. A leather sofa stands by the window. And there were two others there. I had seen their faces many times on television, either the head of the KGB or the Internal Security Forces or the State Security Committee, two of them. Be seated, Mrs. Tikhanovskaya. They offered me tea. And then the following conversation. So, there is an opinion that you won the first round of the elections. We fear for your life. And you have a 4-year-old daughter and a 10-year-old son? My. How did we miss them skipping out of Belarus in such a timely fashion? That means you won't be together with your family to record a statement conceding the election. And we won't be able to put your children into an orphanage. I was silent. Blood was pulsing through my head right there in front of my ears. Thump, thump, thump. So you leave us with very few choices, said one of them. And the other leaned over me and said with a smile, so, Mrs. Tikhanovskaya, we will give you a piece of paper. There is a statement on it, and you will read it into the camera. Then you will publish the recording as if it was yours. After you have done that, we will deport you to Lithuania. Should you refuse, we will perform a unilateral orchiectomy on your husband, Mr. Sergei Tikhanovsky, whom we currently hold in prison. Do you know what that is? No? Then let me explain. It is the surgical removal of the right testicle. We will preserve it in a jar of alcohol for you. I thought it was daytime, but it was suddenly dark. I said something into the camera, I don't remember what, that I had lost, that everybody should go home, that I conceded. I spoke in the dark. Light returned only when I heard a quiet voice say, "Good morning," in Lithuanian.
Phone call woke me up. I was having such a good dream, right out of the movie Spring on the River. I was back in the Soviet Union. Ice cream cost 28 kopecks and sausage cost a ruble 30. Brezhnev was there. My sister in Borisov called. She said her son is missing, Nikita. He's a metal worker, good kid, an athlete, a little wild maybe. She called and said he'd left home 2 days ago. And there's been no news since. She called all the hospitals, all the police stations. He was nowhere to be found. She couldn't stop crying. Svetlana's son disappeared too, and Vera Nikolaeva's. She's from school number 39. I said they had no business being out on the streets at times like this. My daughter, Alina, sits at home and reads books. She keeps out of trouble. Alina? Alina! Where are you, sweetheart? Where are you? Alina?
Let's destroy the prison walls. If you want freedom, take it all. The prison walls will crumble, burn and fall, and bury the old guard once and for all.
We sat the whole night hunched over, kneeling on the floor of the school gym, our faces to the floor. Our hands were restrained with cable ties. The guys were hung on tethers and beaten every hour. I've never heard such howling. High squeals almost passing into ultrasound. The girls were constantly threatened with rape. They wouldn't let you go to the toilet. Many just peed where they were. And a pool of blood and urine grew on the floor. It smelled really bad. But there was a child's drawing of the sun on the wall, and somebody had written, Vasya loves Olya, and they drew a heart. Vasya loves Olya. There is love, even in all this horror.
He turned out to be tough. Took 2 rubber bullets in the gut. Intestines inside out, and the guy still sings like it's a holiday. As if it's his wedding day and not mine.
Let's destroy the prison walls. If you want freedom, take it all. The prison walls will crumble, burn and fall, and bury the old guard once and for all.
Sleepy Larissa saw me looking at Telegram on my phone and reported it. Snitch. Now everybody's screaming and yelling again. Why are you watching that? It's nectar. Those pictures are all intended for the West. Nobody's beating or torturing anyone. Who's going to punish the special forces? Touch just one of them and the whole system will cave in. The system is a monolith. And then that old song and dance about people being ungrateful. I took you all in when you had nothing, wearing peasant boots, blah, blah, blah. I fed you, I led you into the world, and now you all have iPhones, as though he invented the iPhone. Steve Jobs did that in America. And in Belarus, that iPhone's not much more than a brick in your hand, because the internet's always being knocked offline and you can't watch anything. I thought he would hit me. I could see in his eyes that I wanted to punch a fist in my nose. I cried.
We crushed his fingers, turned his back and ass purple with truncheons, beat his footsoles to a pulp, and I stuck my truncheon up his ass. I promised him I would. That's the way it is with us. A guy says he'll do it, he does it, so nobody gets any bright ideas. Hey, I need the experience in prison anyway. We're helping him out, educating the dick brains. They don't learn, though. Oh, fuck. Masha calling again. 10 times today. Yes, Masha, honey, look, I'm at work. I said I'm at work. I can't talk.
Let's destroy the prison walls. If you want freedom, take it all. And the prison walls will crumble, burn and fall, and bury the old guard once and for all.
Thank you.
No. Thank you. You're pretty. That's a pretty dress. It was. You're fucking amazing, really.
Hey, shut the fuck up. Goddamn billing and cooing. Shit, no, not talking to you, sweetie. No, honey. Masha, it's just some asshole listening to the TV too loud, right? Hey, it's okay, honey. Don't worry. We'll find her. I mean, maybe your sister's visiting a friend, or she lost her phone. And she is a bit dizzy, your sister.
There's something wrong about that stormtrooper who held me by the neck. He came up to me a couple of times and I just shut down. I thought he'd hit me or something worse. It was like I was sending signals to the universe. Sweet universe, protect me. He'd stand there and look like he wanted to say something. Then he'd turn and go off to start bludgeoning the guys.
Won't answer her phone. Takes after her father. He had to do everything his own way. She does too. Where's my damn Valium? You shouldn't do things your own way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do what they say. Clench your teeth, do what they say, and that's it. Well, all right. Let her run free a while. Teachers understand that.
But should I smash her or not? You know, it's kind of awkward about Masha. I mean, what do I tell her? We took your little sister out for a game of hide the sausage. Oh, that hard on though, man. I've got to change the subject.
He battered Nikita harder than the rest. The guy from the prison van with the hole in his stomach. He whispered his name to me. Nikita, metal worker, Bate. Very cool guy. He wasn't understanding much anymore. Had no idea what was going on. I think he was in shock from the pain. We shouted that he needed an ambulance, but the policeman only laughed and he sang. It was probably all he could do. Sang the same song over and over. Over and over. Meanwhile, outside, new prison vans were arriving all the time.
Let's destroy the prison walls. If you want freedom, take it all. The prison walls will crumble, burn and fall, and bury the old guard once and for all.
Mum always said family is sacred. No, let somebody else smash her. Idiot. Well, she knows where I work. Her sister told her. Roma works for the country. I mean, what are you provoking me for, bitch? Ah, whatever. I'll let John take a walk somewhere here tonight. Look at all those new chicks they brought in. What are you shouting about? Who's your mother? Oh, the head of an election committee. Ah, excellent. She stewed up a fine stew. She fucking screwed my wedding. My wedding night? Well, you're gonna pay me back in full. Hey, what's this girl's name? Alina. Man, let's take Alina in for an interrogation. A good lively one.
I heard you law enforcement officials were rather severe, rather zealous on the streets. But was it you who started the violence? Did I start it? The authorities? They had to be stopped, these fascist thugs, insurgents, and their puppeteers.
Mother says he's sick in the head and we should pity him. But why doesn't he pity anyone? He knew about those old women dying from coronavirus by the thousands. And he knows everything now. My friend Vasya says it's because of my father's fears. He's afraid, has been for a long time. He's very afraid of dying. Lately, he talks about death all the time, about being carried out feet first and right to the grave. I think he thinks he'll be murdered.
I never saw them again. Neither Nikita nor that creepy trooper.
What if I never see him again? What if they do what they threatened to do? What if the KGB tortures him? What good is all this? Seryoja is gone.
I think I figured it out. No, can't be. No, impossible. I can't wrap my head around that. He's the father of Masha's future baby. She loves him so much. No, of course not. That simply can't be true.
Fascist thugs, insurgents, and their puppet masters. The main thing is the puppet masters.
They took us to Okrestino, and when they opened the cell door, I didn't think such a thing was possible. In cells made for 4, there were already 23 girls, and they brought in 13 more of us. 36 people in 65 square feet. There was no air, no water, no food either. We all could only stand. They put 2 alcoholics in with us. They stunk to high heaven. At one point, the door opened. A guard splashed a bucket of dirty water over us, then shut the door. 2 girls had panic attacks and vomited. I was next to them. Then they stuck in some food through a hole in the door. A loaf of bread for everyone. You know, the most amazing thing was that there was enough for everyone. Even a little piece left over. We gave it to the alcoholic. We had violated her calm life with our revolution.
What do you mean you don't know? Then who does? Who's on call here? You or me? Call your superior. What do you mean? He's... No. What do you mean you don't know? Then who does? Who's on call here? You or me? Call your superior. What do you mean he's busy? Do you know who I am? Yes, I taught all you dimwits for 37 years. I fixed your elections. I'm the one who faked 80% for the mustachio man. I never feared anyone, whatever you asked me to do. I faked. And now you can't find my daughter. What the hell did I do all that for? So you could be rude to me? I'll complain to the president. Hello? My daughter.
Belarusians, you are incredible.
If you do in your first president, just know that that's the beginning of your end.
Belarus will run out of champagne when he goes.
NATO wants to send soldiers. NATO tanks are going to roll down our streets.
You say they're sending in 2 more battalions from Moscow. Right. Well, how about we double up and attack Ukraine too? To the music of Wagner.
They want to put peasant shoes on us and crack the whip over you.
Bring on the bulls. Payback will come.
Starting Monday, every striking factory, lock the gates. Don't worry, we'll bring in people from Ukraine, Kyrgyzia, and the damn theatre. Fire them all. Villages don't have theatres. The cities don't need them.
Dad, they've come really close this time.
Grab your machine gun and get in the helicopter. We'll come back when they leave.
There's a lot of them, a whole lot. They're shouting, freedom, freedom, freedom. Dad, you still didn't tell me what freedom means.
So how much do they pay you in Russia, Renat? I used to think I'd settle down here. It's calm, stable, none of that Western Europa shit. It has casinos, the women are obliging. Now I get this feeling that they're just not going to stop. I can feel it in my bones. Haven't had an erection for days. We've been fucking with these people for a month and they just don't stop. At some point they're going to start pulling off our masks.
No need to take off your mask. I know who you are.
Dad, I packed my things. I've got my machine gun. Who do we shoot?
Rats, prostitutes, drug addicts, sheep, cannon fodder. You'll be on your knees yet, begging me to come back. How could they trade me for that? That dumb cluck, that housewife, a woman, that pathetic thing. If it's how it is, I'll die, but I still won't go. And if I do go, I'll take as much and as many with me as I can. If you don't want Lukashenko, you'll get Putin.
The wedding is off.
What will a person do for love? And for hate?
It's easy, kid. You aim it at a person, a traitor, any traitor. You give him a good look and you squeeze the trigger. Pop. The traitor's gone. It's easy, son. I learned to do it. You can too.
I don't want your pensions, and I don't want your job. Take back your certificates. And your stability, and your flower gardens. Take it all back. Just give me my daughter. Alina. She has a weak heart. She has asthma. Give her back. And my nephew, Nikita, my sister has a hypertension. I won't survive. Give him back. Give back our children.
Belarusians, I thank you for the choice you made. You are incredible.
Well, Renat, I can feel it in my bones. But when we go to back Putin, we won't fuck that one up.
When absolutely everything hurts, it seems like nothing hurts. The feeling wasn't of blood seeping out of a wound. It just seeped out everywhere. Your skin bleeds as if you were sweating, because battles like this happen once in 100 years. I mean the battle between good and evil, in the sense that everything is totally clear. I understood immediately that my life was over, and I understood instantly that they would cover up my murder. They'd cremate me in a crematorium, list me as missing, or bury me in a forest, or hang me as if I committed suicide. Fuck them, no. It won't help. Belarusians are a unique people. They'll put up with stuff forever, for decades, sometimes a whole life, and then snap. Their patience pops. Belarusians have been insulted, and you can't defeat that kind of insult. Just like you can't defeat Barte.
After all those nights in the prison van, the gym and the prison, my dress looked nothing like what I bought for the price of 2 stipends. It's a dirty, tattered, white rag. The bloodstain has darkened and it's covered by brown spots of vomit. Still, it's the most fabulous dress in the world. I wouldn't exchange it for anything. Here we are standing in this cramped cell, and what marvellous people there are around me. They're all so polite and smart. Microbiologists, teachers, musicians, actors, students. The woman who crawled into the prison van after her son and husband. People snatched off the streets all these days, priests, journalists, students, miners and workers, attorneys and doctors. These are the best people on earth. Belarusians. There is a new, true Belarus here in this cell. And we all feel the love. You can't defeat love. Isn't that so, universe?
Hello, my name is Svetlana. I'm a housewife, the mother of 2 children. I am president-elect of Belarus. What are you willing to do for love?
И он был натхненный и молодый, их незлечено было. И он на площади вел городы с песней, что близко светло. И запаливали свечки ему, плыл понад площадью дым. І он співав, зруйнуєм турму, яни співали за їм. Разбури, турми, мури, браніш свободи до бяри. Амур хутка рухне, рухне, рухне і поховає світ старий. Разбури, турми, мури, браніш свободи до бяри. Амур хутка рухне, рухне, рухне і поховає світ старий. Ведали слово на памяти спел, несли по улицах так, что кровь кипела и гнев кипел, и сердце стукали в такт. Били 100 000 долоняв ритм, ворога убил наповал, и шли на муры во всем свете старым, а он все грал и спевал. Разбуры, турмы, муры, браніш свободи до бяри. Амур хутка рухне, рухне, рухне і поховає світ старий. Разбуры, турмы, муры, браніш свободи до бяри. Амур хутка рухне, рухне, рухне і поховає світ старий. По всей Беларуси поднялся народ, свободу свою отстоять. Одиною метою знявся наш дух, темру святлом разгонять. Браты, офицеры, мы один народ, мы разом живем на землі. Зробите сумленный выбор свой, не хочем мы этой войны. Прочните